guys, welcome back everyone, welcome back. Ooh, as we had a very short break, videos are already done and now we are jumping into our semi-finals. Here we go, we have our best of 5 and spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Pylon we have the German Protoss player. We have the green Protoss representing Streamer Zone, it is Jumy. And spawning in the top left hand corner we have the blue Protoss player, the Polish Protoss also representing Streamer Zone, it is Gerald. We go. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat. I think he's asking about Strange. I think. Yeah, Strange. Yeah, Strange is pretty strange. He's pretty strange. He's crazy. He's crazy. Strange, for those who don't know, is a Russian Protoss player. Oh no, Gerald! Oh no! I mean, if you haven't predicted yet, this might be. Oh no! Apparently, Gerald he's been on holidays for 3 weeks. Then he was sick. Oh no, Este Gerald. So he has not been playing much StarCraft. But fun fact. The reason why Jumy is joking saying nice race is because Gerald apparently he hasn't been playing for 3 weeks, he's been sick, he's been on vacation, and Gerald beat Bjorn yesterday. Gerald he did knock Bjorn the hell out of the Award TV Monday tournament. So yeah, that's how you beat Bjorn. Just don't play for 3 weeks and get sick. that's how you do it, baby. That's how you do it. Aye. Sorry, it wasn't in What Is TV Monday, my apologies. It was in Little League Cup, that's it. So in last night's tournament, in last night's Little League Cup Weekly, Little League Weekly, is when Gerald beat Bjorn. Este Gerald. Gerald's like, Bjorn who? He's like, man, I'm just knocking down Terrans, mate. I'm good. I'm just playing like it's a ladder game. Okay. Este Gerald. For now, we have our 2-gate opener. 2-gate opener here by Jumy. Likewise, 2-gate opener by Gerald as well. So we are opening up 2 gates. With this, we have our initial units here. We have Stalker Sentry out of Gerald, likewise Stalker Sentry out of Jumy. We do have the Adept follow-up out of Jumy though, bear that in mind. So he does make 2 more Adepts to harass across the map. Gerald instead going for a faster Nexus. So slightly better economy here by Gerald. Jumy going for a little bit more aggression instead. Going for a slightly more delayed Nexus. You know what Gerald he's taking? He is taking up. He's still yet to make a 3rd and 4th unit, by the way, so still just Stalker Sentry. Oh, hello. As Gerald, he throws down the Twilight Council back at home, and he's setting up a proxy here towards the bottom left-hand corner of the map. Are we going to be going for a Dark Shrine? That is on the table. That is on the table here for Gerald. And it is early enough where if Jumy cuts some corners, it is not uncommon to delay a robo. Not uncommon. Jumy, he scouts, he sees his Twilight Council, sees it researching. Ooh, that is not going to be a Dark Shrine, by the way. Meanwhile, Adepts, they do get into the main base. The boys are being pulled. Probes are going to be going down. This is pretty good damage so far. Getting 5 probe kills. Very nice damage here by Jumy. But this is a very cheeky build that even Hero praised Gerald a couple of months ago. Gerald is going for a delayed proxy Stargate. Again, it is a Stargate after the Twilight Council, after the tech. So again, it's at a really awkward timing. Because it's at a really awkward timing, it's really hard to read, really hard to be ready for it, and it can catch your opponent with their pants down. Oh, Jumy scouting. Wow, Jumy is scouting. He scouts, he sees that he does find the proxy. It's meant to catch your opponent off guard, but Jumy, he will scout, he will confirm, and he will get ready. He will get ready. Meanwhile, Jumy going for his own proxy gateway to reinforce across the map. Adepts are going to be warping or shading in. Jumy's in position, he walls off. Jumy does wall. Army's ready at the natural. Ooh, denies the god, the Oracle gets denied. Forced to be cancelled. Now we go for the reactive Dark Shrine. Oh god. going for a very delayed Dark Shrine here, which might be able to catch Jumy with his pants down, but the game has progressed long enough that we're expecting a Robo anytime soon at this point. I would hope so, at least. Jumy does depower. We'll see if he expands first or he throws down his production first. And what's it going to be? As Gerald does expand, getting a third. Jumy throwing down another gateway here. So how many gates do we have in total? 3, so it'll be 4. So 4 gate aggression. And Jumy just realized, okay, he does have Link. There's the Robo. So Robo before third, but he's committing here with 4 gateways. Yeah, he's moving out, and Jumy has a massive army. Look at the supplies here. Look at the disparity. 11 to 6. We have almost double the Stalker count. Oh boy, almost double. Oh, bit of miscontrol there. One Stalker goes down. Goes to the dive. The Shiba putting in a lot of work. Gerald, he holds. Nice defense. Gerald, he's holding on. At the same time, 5 more probes go down. The longer this game goes on, the better it's going to be for Gerald. As Gerald, he will chase down. He will chase. He will punish. Again, that shield battery was the MVP. It tanked so much. And Jumy's in trouble. Jumy, he is in trouble. Dark Templar just warped in. Waddling across the map. Jumy going for a much later third. You can see the third base is already up and running here for Gerald. Jumy is still halfway done. As the Dark Templar does waddle in, spotted by the Observer. Yeah, it's spotted. Oh. Making its way in. At the same time, we do see Gerald bypass the main army. Jumy out of position. 4 probes. Gets 4 workers. Gerald, he pulls away. He pulls back. Going in with another Dark Templar. Oof. Getting more probe kills. 7 in total. Rotates around. Hits the third. At the third base. And Gerald still maintains his lead here. Again, faster third, better economy. Building up, getting to charge, +1. Now, there are ways to recover from this position, of course. Jumy, he's going into charge. He's staying on a low gas count, so is Gerald. But there are ways to counterattack, to bypass the army, to get a warp prism into a mineral line, to deal some harassing damage. And that's what Jumy needs to do. He needs to somehow get into one of these bases. Has Gerald still not scouted this gateway? I still not scouted the gateway. Let's go. Jumy's moving in. Does have the Slice Stalker lead. No shield batteries. But Zelset waddling in. Here come the slow lots. Sentries, they lock down some of the Stalkers. Not bad. As more Zelset trying to come in from behind. Goes to the dive, takes down the Prism. Prism goes down, but there's still another proxy gateway here. And Jumy can just keep going. And again, he needs to. He's got to keep this going. As again, Jumy's running out of steam. He's running out of army. We do see the Zealots are putting in a lot of work, though. Again, these Zealots can be so efficient here against just pure Stalker. Cody falls back to the shield battery, reinforces with his own Zealots. Even getting an Archon. Let's go, true. Has a tech for it. Getting the Archon. The Archon is going to be ideal. Gerald claiming a 4th expansion. Jumy still on 3 again. Jumy, he's just 1 step behind in terms of economy. Jumy rotates. And Gerald's out of position. And Gerald's out of position. He's getting caught out, bleeding out Stalkers. Let's respect those zealots. So some messy fights here from Gerald. Getting a little bit messy. Jumy slides a prism. That means there's no juggling. Reinforcement's going to be delayed. Jumy fighting on his terms. And Jumy, does he have enough? That one Archon putting in so much work in the back line. And GG. GG gets called. Gerald, he takes the fight, and Gerald will take game number 1. Whew. GG. GG, well played again. Gerald, he was just one step ahead almost the entire game, referring to his third base, his fourth base, his economy. That was the most important part, of course. He was up 10 workers almost the entire game. He didn't quite get a little damage done with the first Oracle, of course, but the DTs made up for it. His Stalker movement as well. GG. GG, well played. With that, Gerald takes the lead, and we'll see if Jumy can recover and bounce back as we get into game number 2. Here we go. But we are getting into game 2. And bearing in mind, it is a best of 5. So we got plenty more games ahead of us. Plenty more games to come. Telling you, just go on a 3-week vacation, Pappy. That's get your mind at ease. It's the secret. Also, shout out to Hatsu. Hatsu also going to be casting as well. I believe was covering Nick Rect versus Shameless before this. As we have the upper semifinals ready as well. They are ready. But here we go. We're getting into our second game of the series. And this morning in the top right-hand corner of Tokamak, we have the German Protoss player. We have the green Protoss representing Streamer Zone down in the series. We'll see if we can bounce back and make a series out of this. It is Jumy. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the Polish Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Streamer Zone, as well as this is a team kill. It is Gerald. We go. As we load into one of the larger maps in the map, one of the more defensive maps as well. Despite that, as a Protoss player, you do have the capacity to proxy and to commit to some kind of cheese and aggression early on. It is still available to you. Otherwise, we could be seeing some more economic openers instead. We'll keep an eye on both Jumy and Gerald. As our gases are being taken. And Gerald is typically a player that does thrive in the mid game. No saying that he is an aggressive player. Of course, if you recall last game, he did go for the proxy delayed Stargate and did go for Dark Templar as well. But again, all in that mid game. And likewise, we do expect something similar out of Jumy as well. As we have a 2-gate opener. So 2-gate opener out of Jumy, 2-gate opener out of Gerald. We'll see who does go for the faster expansion. And we'll see how we open up. Now, bearing in mind, when it comes to these 2-gate openers, we can open up double Adept, double Stalker, Stalker Sentry, Sentry Expand. There are different variations you can go for. Just waiting for the Cyber Core. And we'll see how aggressive we plan on being. Okay, we have confirmation. We have Stalker Sentry out of Jumy and double Stalker out of Gerald. So we have Jumy going for a much more standard opener. This Sentry does help so much when it comes to scouting, when it comes to that hallucination. Meanwhile, Gerald with double Stalker. Behind this, he can go for a 3rd and 4th Stalker, move out across the map, and apply a lot of pressure. So more aggressive here out of Gerald, assuming he moves out. As Gerald, he does pylon block. Likewise, so does Jumy. Stargate is on the way. Here comes the Nexus. From here, he pokes in. We do see Jumy setting up a proxy across the map. Gerald here instead does expand and does open Stargate. Okay, going for the Void Ray, convinced that it's going to be an all-in, but no, Jumy's expanding as well. So a bit of a fake out here by Jumy, setting up the proxy. Gerald here overreacts. This Void Ray does not scale well into a longer game. Just meant to defend. As Jumy is still committing, actually. Never mind. Still making use of this, poking in. The Void Ray will help. But again, Jumy's expanding. So Jumy goes to his nation. Gerald thankfully is not making a second Void Ray, he's going for the Oracle instead. And Gerald holds. He holds, he defends. Likewise, Jumy is catching up economically, getting into Blink. It was really interesting to see Gerald go for a Twilight Council, but alas, no upgrade. Did delay its going for a Stargate follow-up. Had to show his hand. So a bit of an awkward game state. Gerald has potential to get some economic damage, of course. And we'll see if he does. It's a probe. Shield batteries are ready. Head F's are getting caught out. Jumy's defending. He defends, he holds. Likewise, Void Ray does threaten to dive into the main. But Jumy shutting this down. Ooh, Gerald taking a lot of extra hits. Taking extra damage. But does find an opening. Gets 3. Gets 3 probes and I believe will get away. Just barely. Does pull out. Behind this we have how many gates? We have 3 gateways back at home and the pylon was dealt with. That's still a decent amount of gateways. Jumy going for the counterattack. Oh, wow, Gerald expands. Yeah, Gerald, his army isn't quite there. We'll see if he can hold on. We'll see if he can bait the army in. Oh, nice bait. Nice bait by Jumy. Takes down the pylon, cancels the shield battery. He will cancel the 3rd. Very nice. Jumy forcing the cancel. You can see once again, Gerald trying to bait him in. Jumy, he spots it. Yeah, he spots it. Does spot it. Does trigger. And behind this, Jumy claiming his own expansion. His own 3rd is getting up. And right now it's all about containing. He doesn't have to push in, just contain. Just contain Gerald for as long as possible. Oh! Doesn't quite get the Stalker. Gerald attempting to re-expand, but he should be cancelled once again. Oh! As we're still missing one more volley. Jumy going for the fight. He will bleed out some of these Stalkers. Stalkers are going to be going down, and Gerald, he saves the expansion. Again, Jumy chose not to cancel. He choose not to. Ah, but he's still reinforced. Yeah, he can still take the fight anyway. Can still hold his own. You're also playing catch up. Oh, nice counterattack. He does sit by. Takes down 6 probes across the map before going down. I mean, that Oracle, I would say, did fairly well. What, 9 probe kills in total? So not bad. As we got 3 before that, if you recall. Gerald, he finally is able to expand, getting his third base up and running. Gerald, he's catching up. Still has a ways to go, but he's getting there. He'll also have a small timing with charge. We'll see if he can make use of that. Charge is still on the way for Jumy. Charge also can trade so well against Wing Stalkers. And here comes Gerald. Jumy, he needs 10 more seconds. And then we'll finish up at last. No Zealots. Yeah, boys are being pulled. Where are those charge lots? First wave of Zealots going down. The Immortal has arrived. And Gerald, it's going to be close. Yeah, he shouldn't be able to break through. Shouldn't be able to. He's trading well for himself. Actually going for the Immortal. I didn't think he could. Yeah, gets the Immortal, dives on the army, and Gerald, he breaks through. He overwhelms, takes down the Stalkers, takes down the Immortal. Ay, ay, ay. I wasn't sure he could. But the Immortal went down. Still just waiting for reinforcements, and with them, he can just keep pushing. Again, the power of the Zealot back. Ay, ay, ay. Even just going for the Stalkers. Nice control out of Gerald, blinking back. And there's 3 Stalkers left. Down to 3 Stalkers. And we're just waiting for those Zealots every time. Once the ball started rolling, I could not stop. It won't stop. And the Gerald, he will take a 2-0 lead. GG gets called. Gerald takes game number 2. And Gerald, he's 1 game away from claiming the series. GG. Uno más, papi. Uno más. 1 more game is all that Gerald needs. And Jumy just having a really hard time here. Again, he had a really quirky start. Remember, he opened up 3-gate blink. He opened up 3 gates. He was going for a proxy across the map, which he did commit to. And he was containing his opponent quite well. But remember, he did make a decision when it came to denying the third base. He forced a cancel once, and he could have forced a cancel twice, but he chose to fight with the army instead. He bled out a lot of Stalkers, the base got up and running, and Gerald, he just committed from there. It was a very crisp timing with charge. And Gerald, if the game went on any longer, if it was a little bit more passive out of Gerald, then Jumy would have been able to recover and just taken a lead from there. But Gerald, he just went straight for the kill, straight with those charge lots, and did overwhelm. GG. GG, well played. Gerald, he does maintain his lead here and is now 1 game away from making it to the grand finals. Oh boy. Uno más, papi. Uno más. Unless these are best of 3s. My apologies if they are. Oh, never mind. Okay. Never mind. I believe this is now a best of 3. Okay, wait, am I crazy? Were they best of 5s previously? I could be crazy. Yeah. I will confirm. I will confirm. Okay, best of 5. So I'm just a little bit confused. We're good to go. Good to go. go. As we're getting into the next game, we're getting into game number 3 here in Spawning. Spawning in the top right-hand corner of ley lines, we have our German Protoss player. We have a German Protoss. We have the green Protoss. Representing Streamer Zone, it is Jumy. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Protoss player, the blue Protoss himself, representing Streamer Zone as well, leading the series 2-0. It is Gerald. We go. As we are getting into our next series, as we're getting into our as we're continuing our series, getting into our next game. But there was some confusion with the players. But yes, best of 5. I was being gaslit. I was. Go. As we have our 2-gate opener out of Gerald, likewise 2-gate opener out of Jumy as well. Here we go. We're getting into the next game. So far, we have an initial opener, so 2-gate opener versus 2-gate opener. So far, everything's as it should be. We have no proxies, no shenanigans. I say that Jumy going for the fake proxy pylon here at the natural. Let's go. So it does go for a fake out. The goal here is to try to force an overreaction, but Gerald, he doesn't care. He does go for a very greedy opener. Sentry expand. Okay. A very fast Nexus. Likewise, Jumy, he does respond with his own. Once again, we have both players cutting corners, both players going for sentry-based openers into as fast a natural base as you can with a 2-gate opener. Okay, let's go. Let us go. So both players are cutting corners, both players are being hyper greedy, focusing their economy. And we'll have a bit of a tamer early game. Let's go. Go. As Gerald, he does move out. Does scout, does confirm that we have mirrored builds. Just sentries and expansions. That's all we got. Behind this, we have our Twilight Councils. We have the same tech of choice here. Jumy going into Blink. Likewise, so is Gerald. At least I'm assuming Blink. We have seen Gerald go into DTs every now and then, and he has been mixing that in. Ooh, as Jumy does rush into a fast forge. Okay. Has the forge out of Jumy. With this, you can go into faster upgrades, of course, and have a stronger timing here with +1. As the forge is done and +1 will soon be on the way. Likewise, I appreciate that Jumy is scouting around the edge of the map as well, especially against Gerald. You don't want to be too careful after what happened in game 1. So it does skirt around the edge. We can see Gerald just rushing straight into a 3rd base. Again, just focusing on just greed on his economy. Jumy a little bit later to expand. Just a little bit. So here comes that 3rd. On the way, 4 probe kills due to those adepts, so some damage was done. And we're just building up in towards the mid game. Now, as we get into the mid game here, because both players have been fixating on their economies and we're just building up into that mid game, I do lean towards Jumy. I mean, there's a bit of a give and take here. Gerald, he has the higher probe count, he has a better economy, and he has a faster third. True, so he should be able to maintain that economic lead and have a slightly larger army as a result. That is true. At the same time, +1. Right, at the same time, +1 is going to be a factor coming into this, and there's going to be a window in time where Jumy has +1 and Gerald does not. So we can try to make use of that and try to hit and strike then and there, and try to take advantage of that and overwhelm. Not just +1, there's also going to be a later +2 timing available as well, where you can hit with +2. So that is going to be a timing available here for Jumy. Speaking of, yep, there it is, +2. So +2 begins immediately. That's going to be the next big power spike here for Jumy. +1 is halfway done for Gerald. And Jumy's gearing up. Charge on the way. Gateway Explosion is on the way for Gerald. Jumy just now getting his own gates. Nation confirms the gas count. Triple gas here out of Jumy. Same can be said for Gerald. We're now taking up into Archons. And this is kind of like the more standard European PvP. Just like very, do I want to say defensive? Just like we're leaving each other alone. There's been no aggression. There's been no move outs. Both players, we're just backing off. We're just focusing on building up, getting our bases, getting our economy up and running, and building up the army. A much more passive game between both players, after a more intense game 1 and game 2. As +2 is almost done for Jumy. Likewise, he does have his first Archon already, and here we go. Here comes the move out. Here comes the push, and again, this is intentionally timed with his upgrade. As +1 is done in 10 seconds, and Jumy is moving out. So until +2 finishes for Gerald, we do have that upgrade advantage for Jumy. Jumy's pushing. How many Archons? He's getting up to 2. So 2 Archons for Jumy. Bearing in mind, Archons do amazingly against Zealots. Depending on the positioning, of course. There we go. Third Archon's on the way. Armies do clash. Now we got the Prism. Prism goes down, denies the warp in. Nice pick up here from Gerald. Yeah, takes out the Prism, collapsing on the Archons as well. And Gerald, he will shut this down. Sure, we have upgrades in favor of Jumy, but he will lose his ability to reinforce. He will lose any ability to micro. Oof. Prism goes down, but Jumy, he will lose everything. Ay, ay, ay. Jumy, he will be shut down. Again, it was all lined up. But I couldn't reinforce. He couldn't save his Archons. Couldn't pull back. And Gerald is running away with this. Ay, ay, ay. I was coming into the series, I was expecting a back and forth. I was expecting a game 4, maybe even a game 5, but Gerald, he is now catching up. A +2 is soon going to finish, and +3 only just now begins for Jumy. The reason why +3 is so delayed is because Jumy didn't think he needed it. Didn't think he would need the upgrade. He was just going to commit then and there to +2. But he got shut down. And now Gerald, he's snowballing out of control. Now we do have a cannon. We do have a shield battery here to defend. 2 cannons even. That will help. But here comes Gerald. He doesn't care. He's got 3 Archons. I mean, it's good to go. He sees the defensive setup. He backs off. He respects it. He pulls away. I mean, the natural and the third base are much, much less defended. They're much more vulnerable. And Gerald, he rotates. He moves in. Going for the natural. Archon volley's going up. And as the army's being dealt with, we do peel off into the mineral line as well. So Gerald, he will eviscerate that economy. Gets into the natural, pushing into the third as well. winning on both fronts. It does everyone on both fronts. As Jumy, he has nothing left. He's down to an Archon, down to a handful of Zealots. GG gets called, and Gerald, he will take the series 3-0, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Congratulations here to Gerald, as he will claim the series. He will advance on. And my condolences to Jumy. Again, Jumy did a great job when it came to making it here to the semis, but Gerald's pappy, 3 weeks off. It does something to you. He's recharged, revitalized, and ready to just claim more games, claim more matches, takes down Beyond, takes down Jumy, and now here waiting in the finals for his next opponents. GG, well played. GG, well played. Now the question becomes, who will face off against him, as we are switching on over here to the upper portion of the brackets. Let's go.